Today's video, we're going to talk about taking Google ad extensions to double the ROI of the Google Ads campaign that you're running right now through the Google search channel. Specifically, by taking the ad extensions and making sure to add another layer of depth to what you're doing. A lot of people just talk about, how many should I be doing? Should I be doing them? This video, we're talking about having unique extensions set up for each product or service category that you offer, and actually taking it one step further for every individual item or service itself that you offer to get you even more profit from your Google ad extension. So anyway, there's a lot of opportunity with Google ad extensions for your business if you fully capitalize everything it can do for your business and not just wing it and know that it's just either do it or you don't do it. There's a lot of nuance to it that I'll describe in this video and in the particular variety I just described earlier in this video. Ready? So anyway, with all that said, I will give you the method. I will also share different examples from different industries where we've done this, got the results, how much those results were, and then of course you'll have everything you need to make this happen for your business as soon as you're ready to start it and after this video. That said, moving forward here, get right into the content. While most people use Google ad extensions to make their ads physically bigger, goes from taking an ad that was like this to like this or what have you, makes it twice as big. Having that ad physically bigger gets it clicked on more. That's why most people use it. Most people generally only, though, set up one set of ad extensions for all their various ads, which if you have more than one product or service that you're offering or promoting, you're leaving a bunch of money on the table by doing that. So in other words, when you went to set up your ad extensions, did you just set up one ad extension for your whole account? I.e., whatever you wrote for a site link, ad extension, did you use that same site link ad extension for every campaign and every ad group in your account? Or did you go ahead and add different ad extensions, site link ad extensions for the different campaigns that you have based upon each campaign promoting a slightly different thing? There's a big difference in results for a lot of you guys. Minimum 10% increase in click-through rate results by not just using one site link for every single campaign. If that is, though, you sell more than just one thing or one very, very specific type of thing, or offer one and are promoting one specific type of service. So if you guys are promoting more than one thing individually, just one product or one service that you're offering, this can give you double-digit increase in your click-through rate. Now, if you're not doing most of the ad extensions already in your account, site link extensions, call-out extensions, price extensions, so on and so forth, that actually should be the first thing you go ahead and stop and do for your company, because that right there can provide an even bigger return than just trying to make one site link extension for every product. And it's also easier. You can do that basically in an hour. Of the site ad extensions that you're going to deploy for your website, these are the ones that I'm going to use on every single project. I don't care if I'm selling toilet paper or sales training services. I'm going to use all of these ad extensions. Why? Because they apply to everything and they also get results. And that list is site links, site link ad extensions, call out ad extensions, price ad extensions, image ad extensions, the structured snippet ad extensions, and the location ad extensions, or ad extension I should say, if you are a local business. The location ad extension, by the way, for local businesses, that one's huge. The other people, because it's a pain in the ass to set up, anything that works generally gets you a decent return because you're going to be the only one doing it and therefore you have a decent size edge. But if you use the location extension, you get your address to show up in the ad, which makes you look local. Whereas if you're like a local plumber and you look through your search ads and you're trying to decide what to click on and you see one has an address and a pin next to it showing that it is a local company, then obviously it makes it easier to decide what to click on. And so therefore you should have it. And you link your Google Maps up or Google My Business up with your Google Ads account to do that. Most people, because they don't have problems with their Google My Business, or they don't know how to link it up, and it just takes effort, they don't do it. A lot of times you'll be the only one of the 4 ads that will have that, and that'll get you a 20-30% increase in your click-through rate all by itself, because I've seen it. Anyway, with that said, once you've actually got to the point where you've used all these ad extensions, you really thought through and not just, again, winging it, try to really think what people want to hear and then say that. You can then, to take things further in terms of an increase in click-through rate, which gets you more clicks from the keywords and searches and people that are most profitable, and get you, of course, a higher ROI because of that, because you don't have to rely on lesser converting traffic if you're keeping the budget the same. It, of course, can raise the amount of people that are eligible that you can get in a set space physically. It also reduces your cost per click, because the more you raise your cost per click-through rate, the more your click-through rate goes up, the lower your cost per click due to Google's quality score system. So there's a bunch of ways you earn off of just having higher click-through rates. And increasing the click-through rate double might reduce, roughly speaking, your cost per click by almost half, which is reality. But you could go ahead and to take things further, after you have all these extensions working for your company already, you've written one ad extension, you've kind of just applied it to all campaigns in your account, which will get you one level of return. You can go ahead and start with setting up unique ad extensions that you set up for every single product and every single service category that you have, or just every product or every service you have. If you have a lot of products and a lot of services, more so applies to you guys selling products, then you may not actually have the wherewithal and motivation to go ahead and set up a unique ad extension for every product and service that you have. Also, obviously considering that you may actually promote more than one product in with your campaign. And so then therefore you would need to start with having a campaign or at least one ad group for every product first. Then you would have to write unique ad extensions for each ad group, given that each ad group promotes a different product, or at least you're going to make sure that every single keyword that you're targeting has its own ad group, so you can have an ad for every individual keyword. And then with that, you can universally think what's the right ad extensions that they should see if they were typing in this right keyword, and then get the maximum return you can get out of an ad, highest click-through rate you can out of an ad, which you should be doing, by default anyway. I talk about all the time on this channel doing SKAG ad setup model, where you're actually taking an ad group and only putting one keyword in each ad group, so you can have that unique ad that'll get you twice the click-through rate on your ad. But having that then versus sticking multiple keywords in an ad group, because you could put the keyword in that first headline, pin the first headline, and because users are going to be able to easily decide what to click on easier when there's 4 ads at the top of Google, and whatever they typed in is in the ad, or a very close version of it, but maybe not the exact keyword regurgitated every time, but that generally will get you double the click-through rate. That puts you in position, as it pertains to this video, that you can make sure that you could think about what kind of ad extensions the user would want to see if they were typing in XYZ keyword, and of which they're looking, and you're going to be sending them to an individual product, and it's promoting an individual product or an individual service. Therefore, not just taking the keyword and putting it in the first headline and getting results from that, you can write out a unique ad extension bundle, all these ad extensions for that individual ad group, and get the maximum click-through rate you can. We can get another double-digit increase in your click-through rate by having go ahead and done that. Now, if your products are fairly similar or your services are fairly similar, you certainly, and you have a few different product categories or a few different service categories, you may get away with just having one set of these ad extensions for every category and be good enough. To give you an example of that, we had a company who sold paint. With that, in this particular, they have 100 or so products. We didn't go to the extent of setting up unique ad extensions for every single product, given the products were somewhat similar, very, very similar, particularly it's the same can of paint, it just has a little bit different wording on it. And the paint did pretty much the same thing. You're talking about like a paint that's red versus blue, that kind of thing. And that's not a good analogy. It's like one paint that has this level of quality to it and a paint that has a slightly different level of quality. And that was literally more so what it is there with that situation, that company. And so with that, instead of writing ad extensions for when we were promoting one product with one different version of quality and another product with another slightly different version of quality, going ahead and writing the ad extensions for each individual product didn't make sense in that situation. If the quality was a lot different, we're talking about one high quality product and one low quality product, then that's in that situation, having a unique ad extension bundle for each product individually would make a big difference. So you have to think about how different your product or services are, and are you going to write an ad extension bundle for each category of products that you use for a group of products or a group of services, or are you going to actually go to the extent of writing the ad extensions for each individual products and services, because each product and service you have is very, very different from one another, either visually or through the functionality of it. For the paint company, though, as I mentioned, they had a lot of products. But they have different types of categories of paint, so we went to the extent of course, setting up ad extensions for each category so that all the paint products in this category get one unique ad extension set. This other category of paint that the client sells, it's for a totally different application, gets another individual unique ad extension set. We actually were able to get a 45% increase in their overall click-through rate just by adding unique ad extensions for each category of paint that they offered. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, the rate to see that kind of an increase of 45% for your company, setting up, first breaking down your products or services into different categories, and then writing individual ad extensions for each category so that each person can see unique copywriting for each category or whatever the category that they're interested in looking at there. You may not get 45% because it depends on how Google looks at your company and your advertising that you're doing already. I mentioned many times on this channel, Google's constantly through their ad algorithm looking to see who they want to promote the most. And they look at you two ways primarily. Does the ad get clicked through at a high rate? Does your landing page get a good conversion rate? Because they know if you got those two things, they'll make the most money, both short term as people click through it more and get what they want so they don't go and then, ultimately there's something that they want to click on so they don't click on an organic free result. From the conversion rate on the landing page, if people don't get what they want, they get frustrated, and in the future they're less likely to click on ads, so long term they can lose money. So all the time they're trying to figure out, of the 10 people that are cycled in and out of the top 4 ad spots on Google, which ones they want to promote the most. They reward whoever does the best in terms of the click-through rate and the conversion rate on the landing page with the lowest cost per click so that they are encouraged to stick around. And the people who do a bad job, they charge them more with the hopes that they'll kind of just go away, and then new people will come in and try to do and beat the people that are doing it the best as a self-improving system to constantly push people to keep improving, and that their overall ads get better so people more and more want to click on ads in the future. You see how this all works together. So they don't want everybody to make money. They want the top 20% to make it all. And the people on the bottom 80% make a little to nothing as to encourage people to want to be the 20%, improving the ad click-through rate, improving the conversion rate on the landing page. If you actually have done a good job with the rest of your ad and your landing page, or the page that you're taking people to on your website, if you aren't using a landing page, they're going to look at the click-through rate and the conversion rate of your campaign. And whatever they rate you at is done through what is called the quality score, which you can view your quality score on a keyword by keyword basis by going into your keywords menu and then adjusting columns and then putting in quality score, and then you can see what they're rated you, how you're doing advertising on that keyword between ad and landing page click-through rate and the conversion rate, the higher your quality score, the more as compared to your competition, those other 9 companies that are either showing up directly underneath you or, either all the time or part of the time as Google is cycling different people out to constantly look to see who's going to be the right person to show that are going to give users the best experience. And particularly as they break down people who are, by the way, searching for your keywords that you're bidding on, certain people that search for that keyword should see one person's ad and they'll find out a person, if it's a female searching for this keyword, they should show this guy's ad. If it's a male, they should show this other guy's ad. And they're constantly using their algorithm to figure that stuff out too. But in general, they're trying to, of the keywords that you're searching for and the people who search for those keywords, who's the best person to show so that they can get people to want to click on ads in general right away versus your free listings, and in general long-term want to click on ads because they had a good experience last time. If your quality score is a 9 on that keyword and all the other competition is like an 8, 7, 6, whatever, nobody else has a 9, what you'll notice, you'll notice if you just make a few searches, if it's not already occurring for your business or through your niche, search for a few things, baseball bats, tennis rackets, whatever, and you'll look at the ad space. You'll notice, and I'm sure maybe you've seen this, you were wondering about it before, but you'll notice that certain ads in certain markets, they'll get the ad and then there'll be like a huge, so there might be, if here's the ad space, we'll just do a diagram here. And you might have one ad here, one ad here. There might only be 3 ads instead of the 4 usual ads. The second ad will be here, the third ad will be here, but the first ad gets double the space. It basically gets the room, takes the space of where 2 ads would be. And the reason for that is Google has calculated that the click-through rate on their ad that's showing for that keyword or have lined up to show for that keyword or supposed to show up for that keyword, and the pages they're taking people to, it does a better job between the conversion rate and the click-through rate, so much more so than the other people that they're able to test out and are eligible people that want to have Google take their money and advertise on the search results for that keyword, that instead of showing 4 there, the one company does so much better that it's better off for Google and it's better off for their users, which is, what's good for their users is good for Google for the reasons I said, that they'll just not even have 4 spots anymore. They'll just have 3. And they'll have their ad, and then you'll have 4 ad extensions below it, with the ad extension being a site link extension and the description, both. And you'll see this. So it'll literally be, here's headline, here's headline, here's headline, description, and then there'll be like site link, site link, site link, site link here. And the ad overall is huge because that ad's kicking ass, basically. And so if you're in a position because you did the rest of your ad good, we're not talking about the ad extensions yet, or you did the ad extension but it's not totally hot shit because it's the same ad extension you were using for the rest of your account universally like we were talking about. When you apply this ad extension method, if you are the top guy, which it's not that hard to get to be that top person. Just by having, like I said, the keyword, an ad for every keyword, your click-through rate will automatically be about twice what it was before, which by itself might be able to put you there just in and itself. That once you do add the unique ad extensions, given half of the old real estate of the ad that's showing is just the ad extensions, you're going to get a massive increase in click-through rate, having now a unique dedicated ad extension set for that category that speaks to the user on an individual basis more than some, talking about all kinds of paint that you sell, like going back to our previous example, and versus the exact type of the paint that they were searching for at that exact time and place, if you will. So anyway, it depends on your current standing of how Google views how you are doing as an advertiser for that specific keyword, or just in general for all your keywords, that of how much return you're going to actually get having the customized ad extensions for each category of product or each category of services you sell, based upon how much viewability, size, usage of the ad extensions you have now. So if you don't, in a lot of cases, if your ads suck, they won't even show any of your ad extensions. Whereas if it's the best ad in terms of click-through rate and then landing page experience users get, in terms of the conversion rate, you'll get a huge fucking, ad with half of the, the ad extensions are just as tall or taller than the regular normal part of the headline or description is on the ad. So your goal is to write a really, really good ad, use that SCAG model I told you about, get in position to where you get the huge ad with the extension showing, and then hit them with the add your customized ad extensions. Then you'll just fucking absolutely crush it if you get yourself into that position. And if your ad's already big like that, you can get a 50% increase in your click-through rate by obviously, like it makes sense to having a better and dedicated ad extension for users to see when they search for that particular search and where your ad's showing up for that particular search. So in general, you could just having the unique ad extensions for each category of product or service you sell can give you between 10 and 100% increase in click-through rate. How much you get is based upon how your ads are currently showing and whether or not Google's using the ad extensions you've already provided them a little or a lot already. And you can obviously check that by making searches for the keywords that you have on Google or using the keyword diagnosis tool through your Google Ads account. So you get my point there. Now, I talked about you can actually go to the extent of setting up ad extensions for every individual product or individual service you have to take things a little further. And if it seems like it's warranted in that each product or service you have is actually distinct from one another, and in which you can mentally, think that people, they would want to actually see a unique ad extension for each product or service that they have because the product or services are that much different from one another. They're not just slightly different in that, they're so close that basically the same ad extension would seem like it was customized for this product as it was for this product, and and you can't see them seeing a difference in it, if you will. So for that matter, and a lot of this also depends on market, but you want to see 100% increase in your click-through rate. It is also possible if you're in the right market, and of course you're in the situation where your products are different enough or your services are different enough where it would make sense to go down to the product or service level versus the product category or service category level with what we're doing here in the customized ad extension writing and application to your account. So whereas the paint company, we got the 45% increase in click-through rate on, did not have products different enough to do unique ad extensions for, that I shared here, the site links, call out, price, image, for every single product, but it gave us a 45% increase at the category level, breaking things into categories and making sure each category got its own unique ad extensions that we would write. We had a women's clothing brand who certainly each product is actually quite a bit different than the others, because for clothing, obviously you can understand each piece of clothing is actually distinctly different. Of course you could have boxers, underwear or whatever, underwear, the pants, and then you could technically have ad extensions written for all of the pants category and then all of the underwear category. But within the underwear category, there's, of course, lots of different styles. And so in that particular case, it will make a difference actually having unique ad extensions set up for each one of those, particularly as they're visually different. And we're in a category where Google actually shows the image extensions a lot in that category. Any category, by the way, that you're in where the product's a visual, like what the consumer buys more on visually based upon textual descriptions. Clothing is the main kind of example of that. They're going to use the image extension a lot. And with that, if you have a unique image extension for every product so that every single product has its own unique image extension that you can apply, you'll get a huge fucking increase in your click-through rate just by doing that one thing alone. And I talked about this in other one distinct video specifically, how you can make search ads work like shopping ads. Given that shopping ads, are the ads where there's a picture and the price on Google search. Well, there's the text ads, but if you take the text ad and you have the customized image extension to go with every single keyword/ad group, you can actually effectively get the results you would get with the shopping with the search campaigns, because the search campaigns now have the element of what makes shopping so great, the image, and of course you can also apply the price to the search ad, and given of course you're targeting one product with that one keyword, given you have a ad group and an ad associated with just one keyword at a time, you can have a unique dedicated image extension that shows that product visually, and then the text ad itself in the headline can say, XYZ style men's pants, $99.95. And therefore, they see what it looks like, they can see the price, and before they even click, they'll be able to see what you have. And that's what users want. That's or a lot of times what they want, of course, is they want to be able to, well, we'll just say all the time, because they want to their goal as a user is to try to get what they came to look for on Google as quickly and easily as they can. And that means if they can get to where they can click through one ad and get what they want, that's their goal. So visually showing them what it looks like and the price on a clothing item such as this, and this would apply to a lot of different categories. Of course, you could be talking about furniture or whatever. That helps to save the user time. I don't got to click through 5 links to be able to see something I like that's going to look good. I can see it on Google, therefore you've saved me time, therefore I'm going to click on yours. Of course, assuming that your product is something that has universal appeal to that market, but you get my point. Anyway, this unique category, the women's clothing space, having the unique ad extensions for each product itself increased the click-through rate by over 100% in this particular case. Of course, a lot of that I give with the image extension itself being a large factor in that, but having the rest of the stuff also helped, a little bit as well, contribute to that 100%. So, with all that said, that's one example of you can get a lot more than even the 45%, particularly if you take it all the way down to having ad extensions on each product or service itself versus a drilled down category of products or drilled down category of services that you set up unique ad extensions for. So anyway, if you have a highly visual product, you're selling, customized, shirts or something like that, they want to see something before they click. Definitely want to have unique ad extensions for every, keyword / ad and / product that goes with that. So you would have each product can have its own ad, and with that you can have unique ad extensions for that, including the image extension itself, which will have a exact image of that product that you're sending users to, and get a massive increase in results. Even if you're not in a visual product space, you're going to have many times get more results setting up the ad extensions for each product or service versus just grouping products by category and then writing one ad extension list, or one ad extension or group of ad extensions for each category where you have the products drilled down to a specific category versus, of course, having the ad extensions written for an individual product. You'll actually get more writing, going the rest of the way, writing the ad extensions for each product versus each product category of products. But you can decide, of course, where you want to take this thing. You could get okay results with, just adding all the ad extensions. You can write unique ad extensions for each product category or service if you offer multiple products or services through your account or promoting them multiple through your Google Ads account. Or you can go to, if it makes sense for your business still, makes logical sense, unique ad extensions for each product or service individually, including adding unique images that represent what's going to be visually seen on the product page that you're taking people to or the service page that you're taking people to, and get a lot more results, potentially upwards of doubling your literal tongue-tied today, literal click-through rate on your ads by going ahead and doing that, going all the way down to the product level, down to the service level, and having the ad extensions match, the customized ad that you have for that keyword, going and making sure the ad extensions are custom written for that individual keyword as well, because that's ultimately what you're doing. You're not just writing, well, if you do things my way anyway, which is one ad per keyword, you don't just write the ad custom, you write the ad extensions custom for each individual keyword that you're targeting. So anyway, there's a lot of good information there. Talked about SCAG model, one keyword per ad group, adding all these extensions, what great results that provides you in terms of an increase in click-through rate and profits, then doing individual ad extension writing for each category of product or service, and then each unique ad extension writing for each product or service that you actually physically offer, which generally speaking, let's say in 50% of the cases, writing the ad extensions for each individual product or service is going to work the best. And then you write that, and then of course if you still you target a bunch of keywords, and all the keywords that you have 50 keywords that target this one product. Of course, you can use the same ad extensions for all 50 of those ad groups that represent and will be targeting those 50 keywords individually. But going ahead and doing the work of writing unique ad extensions for each product or service that you have, so that if ad A that targets product A, you're doing that, or your keyword A is supposed to go to product A on your website, that you have a pool of a predetermined, pre-selected, pre-written ad extension for product A to be used in that particular, attached to that ad and on that particular ad group, to get you the most results out of Google Ads and what it can provide for you as a whole. So anyway, I won't say anything else more about this. It gives you a general idea of some general ideas in general of what you can do to get more out of your search campaign if you are wanting and haven't even used ad extensions, what you can do. But of course, if you're using ad extensions, how 98% of you guys aren't doing ad extensions for every single ad or every single product or service that you have. And this is just an easy way to tack on additional click-through rate, which will always translate into more profit, because they always go hand in hand, 10 to 100%, somewhere in that range for you guys, and depending on how your account's performing already and what market you're in. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope that you're going to be able to make some good money off of it in addition to what you're already doing. If you want to learn how to make more money with PPC, I have a great channel here with information that we're sharing about our clients' results, anonymized, and in which we can give to you in this channel for you to be able to take and use on your own campaigns. We also, of course, stuff that doesn't work that we've tried, we also share on this channel, which can save you a bunch of money in what you're doing to try to build up a PPC campaign to make a great fortune for your business and for yourself. So you should consider subscribing. If you like this particular video, I would appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. It will help get the video out to other people who want to also be able to learn how to make more money in their business and Google Ads in general. I'd appreciate that very much. If you want to know on how to build PPC campaigns on a more step-by-step / individualized basis, you can actually find my blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog, where I go through on a more step-by-step basis how I build campaigns for our clients here, in which our firm has to guarantee results for our clients. So I've put a lot of time together putting campaigns together that I can show you physically how to do some of the things that we know work, and which go into detail more so than the high-level overviews that we give you here on this YouTube channel itself. So it may be some help for you as well. If you have any questions about anything that I covered here, or ad extensions in general, what we specifically talked about, writing ad extensions for every product and service you have, or every category of products or service you have, leave me a comment down below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time as well. So anyway, with that, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. See you there.